I wanted to send you all a very Merry Christmas, pre-Christmas, 2 weeks, a little more than 2 weeks. Today is the 10th of December, a time to remember right here, right now. And it's about really the important things in life. What is that really? We think about Christmas, because you are Christmas. And what that really represents, Christ. It's not really what we learn from the media or what our culture has told us. You know, it's really about learning to look within ourselves to find the answers. To understand really what is real, what is true, what is good. What does it really mean to be alive? What is really our nature? That's really where it starts, to understand that. That's where the journey leads, home. To look within ourselves, to understand who am I really? And who do I want to be in this world? And how can I do that? What do I need to do in order to actualize myself after I first have gained the realization? That's really where it starts, to realize who am I? Or to gain new realizations. If we change our inner world, we change the world we live in. We change our world. We create our world because we're made to create. We just have never learned that because we learned to serve. Which is, you know, to support the consciousness, which is all greed-based, the system, the illusion of fighting for our freedom. And we all fight for our freedom and look for our freedom outside of us. We look for something better. We look for our own advantage, to just also buy things in the marketplace, which controls us all through the routine, not having time, working in order to make ends meet, in order to make money, in order to buy ourselves things. But that's really not what life is about. I mean, the best things in life are not really things, and the best things in life have nothing to do with money. They're actually free, because we all are free. We just have become unfree because we caught up in the struggle and in the hustle and bustle of life, in the illusion of this is how it needs to be. And war always existed. That's what we learned. And we got used to that somehow. But if you think about that, it's an insanity that we serve a system which perpetuates war, which encourages war, supports war with our taxes. Part of our taxes, we support the war industry. And we talk about our veterans. And what is that really about? I mean, they're dying in the name of freedom. But who are we really fighting? Who is the enemy? And it's just an illusion. It's a game that is being put on. A game show, so to speak. You know, elections. Free elections of the free world. I mean, we're fighting for our freedom. So I really hope, and I want to put that out there for this Christmas. The message is, you know, really wake up. People, let's wake up. And realize that it's really up to us to make things better. Just like it starts really there in our personal relationships with other people. If we learn to deal with them better, we learn to be more gentle with them, more kind. Learning to take things less personal. The most difficult things I'm talking about here. But we can learn that through the practice, and that's the good news. When we are in a difficult situation, difficult experience, difficult relationship, it's an opportunity for us to learn. And it's this kind of learning that I like to present here with Realize to Actualize or with Kind Ying. Give you that present for this Christmas, you can practice that. It has nothing to do with money because it's free like the best things in life, but it's really learning to deal from and with difficult experiences. Also difficult relationships. Those people who are most difficult for you to deal with actually are your greatest teacher. If you really think about that. Because what we react to in another person has actually, it's just, because we're just going by our perception of that and our judgment and evaluation of the other person. But that's us, what we evaluate, what we see, what we perceive. It has nothing to do with the other person. If we want to get to know them, it's only possible if we learn to not to just react, but to be able to just see without judgment, without evaluation, without criticism. Which is basically what we all want. I mean, nobody wants to be criticized, to be judged. But the reality is also we all have been judged in this world. Starts with children. That's really where it all begins, because we're all spiritual beings having this human experience. And how our spirits have changed. How we've become disconnected from the source, which is really God. as we learned to doubt ourselves. Fear came into the picture. That's where the separation took place from the source, which is God, towards the world. We became part of the world. We learned to serve the system, to obey our leaders, obey authority. And so this really we learned to, well, doubt ourselves. Over time we have forgotten really who we are. Because we have become these human doings, these robots. People who just fulfill their function, do what they're told. We're very good at that, especially people here in Germany. There's no escaping that. There's no escaping the matrix. But if we understand that we are part of a matrix, and we learn to understand what controls the matrix, what directs this matrix, we can snap out of that. And we can then really realize that we are free. And that's really the present. That's the good news. I am free. I am not a thing. Ich bin kein Ding. Happy holidays.